We are headed for Burger King, I think, now, to try and see if they've got any breakfast stuff. Then we are heading for the Russian border. There's a town on the Kazakhstan side that's only, what, 6 hours away?
6 hours,
and then there's a town heading west into Russia, a city heading west into Russia, that we're going to shoot for. Doubtful that we'll make it, but with a positive attitude and some DK breakfast, anything is possible. Yeah, a lot of driving today. We'll try and do something interesting. That's a big promise. We've sacked off Burger King and come to their better looking cousins. They're both poison, but there's no vegetarian food. It's coffee for breakfast. We've been pulled over by the police. They're over there. They pulled us over and then just wandered off and talked to another car. So when they're ready, we'll have a wee chat with them. And all we'll say is, sorry, we don't understand. And they'll be like, Ruski. We'll be like, sorry, we don't understand. And then they'll speak to us in Russian. And then we'll still be like, sorry, we don't understand. And then they'll be like, okay, just go.
If they ever fucking come over, here he comes.
Exactly, here he comes. We got pulled over by the police, just kept saying we didn't understand. We got sent on our way because we didn't have the lights on, because there's a ridiculous rule where during the day in Kazakhstan you still have to have your lights on all the time.
Blue skies.
Yep.
No reason.
No clouds. Lights on all the time. And now we're on our way. In 5 hours and 50 minutes we should be at a city, town, very near the Russian border. And then we're going to decide which border crossing to take. The one to the west may not be open, may not be an actual border, and may close kind of early. The one to the north of the town we know is open, we don't know what time it closes. And it will also add a little bit, about 300 kilometers onto our journey. So we'll decide when we get there, see how it plays out. You're going left in 300 meters, and then that's officially kind of us heading back west. Yeah. Once we make this turn, heading home. That's Russia. This is our current situation. We left Kazakhstan and entered Russia pretty smoothly. They didn't really search the car. Passport control didn't take very long at all. We were through in about an hour, I'd say. Hour and a half maybe. We got about 500 meters from the border in Russia, and then realised that we didn't have any insurance, because we always forget to ask for insurance at the border. We then turned back and said, can we come back in just to get some insurance? And the woman at the gate seemed like she understands, so she was like, yeah. We came back in. I tried to explain myself to the woman at the passport control desk, and she then stamped me back out of Russia. And then a woman who spoke very little English kind of screamed at us all and said, you, bring the car here, passengers go to passport control. So Daniel and Jake are currently being stamped out of Russia as well. We think I said to the woman, we don't want to leave Russia, we want to go back to Russia. And she said, I understand, bring the car. And I was like, fuck, okay. So hopefully she understands. Hopefully I pick up Daniel and Jake and she comes with us and tells us just to go over there, which is re-entering Russia. And we pick up some insurance and hope for the best. Hopefully we've got some insurance. It's now night time, so we've added a tally to the nighttime driving. We're unsure what city we're going to head to. We'll either head to one that is about 2.5 hours away from here, which will take us to about 2.5 hours from whenever we get insurance. There's another city that the Ulan dudes we've been convoying with are staying at tonight, and that is 6.5 hours away from here. So it all really depends on how the roads are going to be. If it's good motorway, like good dual carriageway with like a barrier in the middle, then we might just go for it. If not, we might aim for the city that's 2.5 hours away. If not, we might just camp if this insurance malarkey takes too long. But here's Jake with an update. What's the chat?
My departure thing is potentially in the bag. And I just had to convince him to let me through so I could find the departure slip.
You have to fill out an arrival and a departure slip. And Jake forgot his at passport control. All in all, it's not.
I don't know what's happening.
It's not a good time. Can you find it?
Nope.
Okay, so basically we got through the Russian border.
Jake lost his.
Oh yeah, and Jake lost his immigration slip.
Yeah.
And that made it so much more worse. And everyone was super angry with us. Like super angry.
Because we got our first entry and exit void because we had our departure slip. So you have to fill in a form for departure. Jake didn't, so he couldn't get his void. So he's now not allowed back into Russia, which is fine because nobody fucking wants to come back into Russia. Yeah, and then we finally found out there was a guy that was searching the cars that spoke the best English there, not the woman who everyone was asking to speak English. She was just getting fucking angry saying she understood, but she clearly didn't understand. And then he said, yeah, Strahovska, 20 kilometres that way. So if you're ever in Russia, you need car insurance. The word for it is Strahovska, because if you know that, it will save you about 2.5 hours.
Yeah, basically, we're all quite angry because if someone had just told us that when we gone straight back, we could have just turned around and left again. But they didn't.
It was so difficult.
They tried to get us, so we had to leave again.
So we've now entered and exited Russia
Twice, and then had to get those voided, but Jake didn't get his voided because he lost his slip. And then the woman wasn't going to let him back into Russia, and we almost had to ring the UK embassy, but then she just did.
And then she called him like a bulbous, which might mean a dickhead.
I think so.
Jake, don't lose your slip again.
Basically, it was a massive nightmare.
Yeah.
And now it's super dark.
Rectified now. Things have progressed. Jake's in the back. We're sleeping in the car because we couldn't find anywhere.
Fuck.
Oh, there's so many fucking mosquitoes in this car.
Killed most of them, they're on the roof.
I feel like sitting up, I won't be able
Oh, they are all on the roof, Daniel.
No, because I killed most of them on the roof.
Why did you smoosh them on the roof? They're all smashed into the roof. We couldn't find a place to camp that had flat ground, and also there are so many fucking mosquitoes in Russia. We weren't getting out the car to set up a tent. And it's dark and it's foggy and it's a single road, so we're not driving at night time, so we're sleeping in the car.
But it's also apparently like the fucking motorway, so it's pretty busy, I imagine. So it's a pretty terrible place to sleep.
At least
But it's where we've landed.
We're gonna get up super early and just drive all day tomorrow until like 9 PM tomorrow.
That's the plan.
And see where we end up.
It is also super uncomfortable.
Yeah, Daniel's got the steering wheel. Jake's been crushed by Daniel in the top. I'm not bad. Like I filled the foot well. You won't be able just turning up.
I don't know how to turn it off. There we go.
Is the key in the ignition?
Yeah.
Daniel just turned the windscreen wiper on. I've got stuff in my foot well so I can like lie down. So my like feet are.
He's
at
made
the
an
same
amateur sleeping in the car mistake. He's got no footwell, he's got no foot room.
Yeah, we're going to bed. We're going to car. We'll see you tomorrow. If we don't get murdered the side of the Russian motorway.
This might definitely happen because there's a full moon and there's some fog and there's some like long grass. So it's a pretty good setup for a horror
Love
film.
that. Cut my finger making sandwiches. Can you see it? Can you see that?
I mean, it's out of focus, so it's super dark. So
Can you see that?
So no.
See
I
that?
feel like.
I mean, even if they could see it,
See right there.
I mean, the fact that they can't see it probably
Can you
makes
see
it
that?
like
Can you see that?
sound worse because
You see that right
it
there?
didn't even bleed. But yeah, he cut it super deep.
Yeah, it's really sore. Okay, night, bye.